I love sports.
Sports. This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Plenty of maintenance, obviously, this time of year. Nothing really noteworthy from a long-term perspective or should impact us. The game was pretty simple. Turnovers, number one indicator of games, wins, and losses, and it showed up in our game. And we weren't able to take advantage of those little moments. Every game has moments and opportunities that you can capitalize on, whether it's a sudden change, a turnover, on the opposing team, or a great opportunity in there, and we just weren't able to do it. And so, they took advantage of those opportunities. I thought, we did a lot of good stuff on defense. I thought we put ourselves in a heck of a position. Teams I thought we battled offensively, I felt like we just weren't able to take advantage of some opportunities. I love this group's attitude. I think our group's battling each and every day. And, I think obviously this is a challenging thing that we have had to navigate collectively. But I think, these things, when you get through these storms and to the other side of it, you become a really, really resilient team,
My goodness, that's Coach Kellen Moore, the Saints head football coach. The Saints are off to a 1-7 start. That's their worst start since 1999. So, my goodness, wow. Yeah, after losing on Sunday, the Saints they need to turn it around quick. And I know a lot of folks who don't like the Saints, including some Falcons fans I know of, they're just rejoicing. Hey, everybody. Hope you're doing really well. Welcome to the Sports Page. And we're glad to be here on 97.3 and 99.3, SuperTalk, SuperTalk, Hope you and yours are well. I know we got so much rain this past weekend, but I'm hoping everybody's okay. Y'all, it's a really busy week, y'all. It's we're finishing up that last weekend in October, and like they say, they remember what happens in November, and we're getting ready to go into that month in just a little bit. I want to thank all the listeners on 97.3, which are right to the northern part of Stone County South, and all on 99.3 all the way to the other side of Laurel in the Meridian. And want to thank those east of us all the way to Waynesboro on that side, down that way on past Laurel, and then on the other side of Columbia on the west side. We got a lot of things to talk about today, including Southern Mississippi, y'all. The Eagles are doing that thing. Congratulations to Coach Huff, who just left him a little bit ago. The team is doing so well and in the history-making fashion. And the story is still being written, everybody. Our Eagles are 6-2, flipping the script from 1-11 last year, and still with 4 games left in November. And Braylon Braxton, the quarterback for the Eagles, who threw 4 touchdown passes against Louisiana Monroe in the 49-21 win on Saturday on homecoming, was the Sun Belt offensive player of the week, and he was just outstanding, and so many different things. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but we thought before we got into all our high school stuff, we wanted to hear from Coach Huff. He talked to the media after the game on Saturday, and though the rain was out there, those Southern Miss folks, they stayed out there to support it, and all the homecoming stuff got done pretty well, so much, and then the game started, and then we had a little rain and all that, but the Eagles are now undefeated in conference play at 4-0. And here's Coach Huff talking about some of the awesome things that's happening with this football program in year one.
Ability to continue to trust the process. It's been a good 3-week grind, 2 on the road, 1 at home. The games haven't been close, so it's been emotional up and down, and come back next week and prepare. Really good job by the players, really good job by the coaches, finding a way to continue to push the players. Sometimes success is its own worst enemy, but really good job by them making a decision to prepare each week, with no record or result in mind, and doing the things they needed to do. Really proud of them. Phenomenal opportunity to come home. Every fan that stayed through the weather, you made a difference. That student section that stayed and held the tarp over DJ Cujo, it made a difference, because if you guys leave, it feels like an away game. And it was a huge difference. So we appreciate you. We appreciate all the fans that came and had to leave because of the weather. We get it. But running out of that tunnel, it felt good to be home. And hopefully all the people who came back for homecoming really are appreciative of how our guys played. The results will take care of themselves, but I want to make sure that we get the honor and we make people proud when they see their Golden Eagles play. So hopefully the people that made it back for homecoming got a chance to do that. I want to take a minute before we get into the game. What Jeremy McClain, Dr. Paul, and their staff did 7-8 months ago, whenever it was probably very uncharted. But they made some decisions and stretched themselves, the university, not only resource-wise, but willingness to open up. And they're getting return on their investment because the kids appreciate their investment. The kids appreciate their support. I mean, think about it. The season's not over. We have a long way to go. A lot of cleanup. We have a lot of things we got to improve. But first bowl game since 2022. I'm a person who, admires and acknowledges, shows appreciation and gratitude for what you've done while continuing to work. I don't ever want to get to a point to where we get so win snobby that we don't recognize the value and how hard it is to win. There always should be an expectation, but we can't become victory snobs and all of a sudden wins don't matter or who we beat doesn't matter. That's not how it works when you're trying to go back to the top where we're going. 18th bowl game since 2000, second fastest to a bowl since 2000. First 4-0 start in the league since 2004. Obviously the first 4-game winning streak since 2015. And I'm not saying this to say that, hey, the season's over. What I'm saying this is, one, so that you guys appreciate what these players have done. And two, so that you guys understand the value of an administration that understood the challenge, made the sacrifices, was willing to invest, not only resources-wise, but time-wise. A community that never wavered. A donor base that never wavered. A student section, a student body, a university that never wavered on what they believe could be, even through the tough times. And now we've got to continue to push. We've got to continue to find a way. The next time we play here, I don't know when that is, but to get everybody in the stadium. We've got to continue to find a way to prepare this week, even though it's a bye week, to take care of the things we need to take care of. There should be an expectation of how we play and winning, but let's not close our eye to how hard it is to win. And I want to make sure it has nothing to do with me. It's these players. It's what you don't see. It's the Mike Montgomerys, on Saturday afternoons during bye weeks hitting the sled. It's the 11 o'clock Mike Montgomery still in the film room. It's the guys' challenge. It's the Braylon Braxton's challenge in the offense to be perfect at practice and completions. It's forcing themselves to watch extra film. So hopefully we're appreciative of that. I couldn't be more proud to be the head coach of this program. Obviously, we got a long way to go, trust me. We got a long bye week that we got to get some things figured out. We're still having some issues that we got to get cleaned up. But really, really excited about the opportunity to win today. So with that over.
Coach Charles Huff with the big win at homecoming, everybody. Yeah, man. If you weren't there, boy, it was just awesome. And he's saying it right. Our kids on our team are just awesome. And, of course, we're humbled to serve as chaplain with this team and with this coach and at the school. It's been awesome, y'all. I've told everybody I'm going to write a little of a book. I'm going to write something, how the differences of a year and how things are just, it's a little different, a whole lot different. And he's not giving a lot of credit to himself, y'all, but when your leader's good, when your leader has a plan and a vision, a lot of times you see fruit, a lot of times. High school scores from on Thursday and Friday, y'all. And let's give you the top 10 first. Number 1, West Point beat Caledonia 51-7. Picayune over Long Beach 42-7. Picayune is number 3 in the state. Number 6, Columbia beat South Pike 49-36. Pearl over number 7, Petal 21-14. You heard that game on 97.3 this past Friday night. So on Thursday, we had some other scores. Heidelberg and Kemper County actually played. They played on Thursday night. Lloyd Star over Franklin County, Morton over Raymond. Friday's games included Bay Springs over Mize. Boga Chitto beat West Lincoln. Brookhaven beat South Jones 42-24. It was Clarkdale over Enterprise Clark. It was Collins beating Sacred Heart 40-34. Columbia over South Pike, as we told you. Forest County over Bay High 34-0. Green County over Moss Point 35-6. Hattiesburg once again beating George County 42-21. Jefferson Davis County over McLaurin 47-3. Lake over Pisgah 24-6. Laurel was a winner, beating North Pike 39-0. Leak Central was a winner over Newton County 25-22. Newton over Puckett 42-8. North Forest over Perry Central 35-24. Northwest Rankin over Meridian 31-12. Noxubee County over Nettleton 46-13. Oak Grove was a winner over Brandon 20-7. PCS over St. Stanislaus 42-7. Pascagoula over Pearl River Central 42-0. Pasch Christian over West Marion 28-7. Pelahatchie over Scott Central 17-16. Poplarville over Lawrence County 48-7. Purvis over Northeast Jones 28-21. Raleigh over Seminary 27-21. Salem over Mount Island 58-52 in double overtime. Stone was a winner. Stringer was a winner. Sumrall beats Natchez. Taylorsville over Richton. Tylertown over St. Patrick. Wayne County over East Central. West Jones winning 41-0. And West Lauderdale over Northeast Lauderdale. That's in the MHSAA. We'll get the MAIS in just a little bit. When we come back, we'll talk to a good friend, Sean Wansley, and he'll tell us what's going on at Jones. The Sports Page continues in just a moment.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 Super Talk, Mississippi.
You know, we set out to get them 40%, 40% or around that area. And it came out to 41%. So the way it worked out, he didn't play the fourth quarter, so, and probably wanted to, but I think if you increase it from there, you keep it increasing. He came out feeling good, so that was a positive. Now he gets another week of practice under his belt, and I think he can keep his numbers going up.
Coach Andy Reid talking about Rashid Rice, Kansas City, who has been looking really good these last several weeks. It's on Monday Night Football tonight, y'all. They'll be taking on Washington tonight, and we'll see what happens. Everybody's saying all these other different teams and seeing how the narrative has changed, over there in the AFC, but Kansas City's always been Kansas City. We'll see what happens, and now they've got Rice back, who has always been a threat, how physical he is in receiver. So we'll see. The NFL season continues, and so it's a high school season, y'all. In MAIS games in our area for Week 10, MRA is at Simpson Academy, Silliman is at Park Lane Academy, and Wayne Academy is at Bowling Green. Now, the MAIS playoffs begin, and it has Porter's Chapel will be at Silver Bay, and Class 1A Division I, and Prentice Christian will be at Deer Creek. So those are the games that we have, and Columbia Academy, y'all, not in the playoffs. They'll be hosting at home against Christian Collegiate. Columbia Academy, Coach Joey Hawkins' team, which you can hear his show inside the locker room on Thursday, his team is 7-2. So that gives you an update of the MAIS. We gave you all the MHSAA games before the break, and so the playoffs for everybody will begin soon. Speaking of things happening soon, there's a lot of things happening on the Jones campus. With us, as always, is Sean Wansley, the Sports Information Director at Jones. And usually when we talk to him, there's some noise back there. We'll see what's happening with him today. Sean, how are you?
Mitch, I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing really good. Really, really good. Well, I was just saying, we usually hear some noise behind you with that volleyball doing on Mondays these last several weeks. And so now we got Sean, and he can give us an update how volleyball's doing and everybody else.
I tell you what, Mitch, I think this is the first Monday I've had no volleyball since probably Labor Day.
Shut up. Wow.
It's like 2 straight months of Monday night games, and I'm looking at the future schedule. I think January, February, we're going to be playing basketball just about every Monday night. So kind of a strange schedule this year. But and speaking of volleyball, our team, the Bobcats, won the conference championship last week.
Did they? Wow.
They clinched it. Tonight we're playing at Gulf Coast in the last regular season game of the season. Coach John Dusoy's team, they're 26-4 overall, 14-1 in conference play. Play tonight. That will end their season. And by winning the conference, we host the region tournament. And by doing that, we will host the number 8 team, Southwest, on Wednesday at 6:00. And if we win that, which we're pretty much should do, the Region 23 tournament will be held at Jones this Saturday and Sunday. And I can tell you that Jones would play the 2:00 game on Saturday. There'll be another game at 5 and the championship game at 2:00 on Sunday. So Coach Dusoy's got our team in the postseason, doing a great job this year. They moved up to number 24 in the national rankings today, and just having an outstanding season. They won the region last year, won the conference this year, and hopefully they can win another region title this week. And we go from that to soccer, and our soccer teams are in great shape for the postseason. Our men's team is tied with Pearl River going into tomorrow night, and Jones has the edge in goal differential right now, and that will decide the number 1 seed. And if Jones can win at East Mississippi tomorrow night, and Jones would be a heavy favorite in that game. East Miss is at the bottom of the conference. They would be the number 1 seed and draw a bye into the region tournament. And the region tournament, right now, it looks like it's going to be held at Holmes. They will be the women's champion, and that will be next week. But our women's team, if we can win tomorrow night at East Mississippi, it looks like Jones women will host Pearl River on Friday night in a quarterfinal match, and the winner of that game will go to the region tournament the following week. So women's soccer, men's soccer, and volleyball all doing very well and getting ready for postseason play right now.
Y'all are listening to Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones, and y'all, we are so used to him talking about during this time either football or soccer, but not volleyball. That's crazy to win the conference championship in year what? It's just 2 or 3. Is it year 2? Year two. That's crazy. Wow. Well, congratulations. That's unbelievable.
Coach Deuce is a great recruiter, and hopefully, if we can win that tournament this week, we will play the Alabama champion, I think, Region 22, in a single match next week over at their place, and that winner goes to the Nationals in Iowa later on in November. But see what happens this week and go from there.
Wow, my goodness. So you have that for volleyball and soccer updates. Give us a little update on football. What's that look like as we head toward the end of the regular season?
That's right. Football, we had a tough Saturday over at Southwest. Southwest beat Jones 26-23. They scored a touchdown with 22 seconds left in the game.
Goodness.
To go ahead, and Jones got the ball back. We hit a couple of passes and got down to about their 32, 33-yard line and tried a 50-yard field goal in the last play of the game that did not go through. And Jones ends up losing that game 26-23. Bobcats are 4-4 on the year. And this Thursday night, Jones will host Pearl River at 7 o'clock on Thursday to end the regular season. I know Pearl River's having a tough year as well. But right now in that series, this will be the 95th game between Jones and Pearl River.
Goodness.
95 times they played coming up, and the Bobcats lead the series with 50 wins. Pearl River has 42. There have been 2 ties, and Jones has 8 straight wins over Pearl River. So, both teams are, playing their last game this week, but when the Bobcats and the Wildcats play, it's always something. So that's going to be an interesting game, fun game coming up Thursday night in Ellisville.
My goodness. So you have, my goodness. And then, wow. I mean, it really don't matter what the records are when that game is played. It just really doesn't. So 95 times that those teams have played. Wow. So give us some update on hoops, Sean. I mean, I know basketball season is tick tock, right? Right, because the clock is ticking.
That's right. It starts this week for the men. Coach Newton Meter's team, they beat Southeastern Baptist 110-44 in an exhibition game last week.
Goodness.
And they will play. They open up regular season this Friday night. They're in West Memphis, Arkansas, playing ASU Mid-South, and they play National Park College on Saturday. And then their first home game for the number 6 Bobcats, number 6 in the preseason poll, they play South Arkansas College on November the 6th at 5:30. And Coach Trista Whitman's women's team, they won 101-40 over Southeastern Baptist College last week. And they will open the regular season a week from tonight at Reed State in Alabama. They play at Baton Rouge on November the 7th, and their home opener is 2 weeks from tonight when they host Reed State. So basketball is here. It's a long season. You kind of play your non-conference November, December, and really get rolling in January with conference play. But both coaches are highly optimistic about their teams this year, and I think you'll see another great season from Bobcat basketball, especially on the men's side. You know, they've had a couple of straight national tournament appearances, and I think Coach Whitman on the women's side, she's very excited to get started with Jones basketball this year.
My goodness, it's going to be great, and y'all know that our Fields of Faith, our FCA Fields of Faith, is being held on the Jones campus right now. We've got students and all over from around the area, around Jones County area that's there. Holly Nicholas is our leader there, and we're excited about being on campus and hosting that on the Jones campus for not only this year but for years to come, Sean. So give us. I got about 30 seconds before I get to a break. Give everybody how they can keep up with the Bobcats as we go through a really, really big week.
That's right. jcbobcats.com is our main site. You got all the schedules and rosters posted there. If you go to Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, just search for Jones College Athletics and keep up with how the Bobcats are doing. You know, tonight we're playing volleyball at Gulf Coast, so go on X and you'll find out how we're doing.
Sean, thank you, man. Let's talk same time, same place next week, my brother. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, Mitch. Thanks.
Sean Wansley, Sports Information Director at Jones College, giving us an update. Y'all, Fields of Faith, students out worshiping the Lord over there in Ellisville. It's going to be awesome. You can check our Facebook, FCA of Southeast Mississippi, for updates, or you can go to Jones FCA on Facebook, and you get probably some awesome pictures later on this evening. All right, when we come back, we'll check in on what's happening on the Pearl River campus when the sports page continues.
This is the Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
Hey, welcome back to SuperTalk. We want to invite everybody, y'all, on November 15th, the Car, Truck, and Bike Show. That's on November 15th at Temple Baptist Church. Y'all, you can get all the information on our website at southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org. Just click on events, $30 a car. Y'all, we had a bunch of cars there last year. It's our annual one. It's our 4th annual one, Car, Truck, and Bike Show. So come on out and be with us. Y'all, we're going to have a really, really good time. And if you want some more information about it, you'll see them on billboards. There's commercials being played. You hear more of it. Even the commercial is being played here on Super Talk. But you want some more information about it, call our board member, Todd Mixon, at 601-596-4298, 601-596-4298. You got all kind of different categories that you can be in, but all of that information is there. And want to thank Todd and all those volunteers that make that thing happen now. It's going to be awesome. And for all the businesses out there, you can also, you got a car dealership out there, you want to show your car, you got a car out there? Well, look. Call us up or email me at mitchellwilliams@fca.org, and we send a number you some information about it and how you can sponsor and all that good stuff. We'd love to have your help this year. It's going to be good. All right. know that we have a bunch of high school football games played in the area as we drive toward November. And so those games include everybody, Bay Springs at North Forest, East Marion at Collins, Enterprise Clark at Mize, Forest County at Greene County, Heidelberg is at Clarkdale, Jefferson Davis County is at Raleigh, Leake Central at Northeast Lauderdale, Lloyd Star at Amit, Mendenhall is at Raymond, Morton is at Forest, Mount Olive is at West Lincoln, Newton County is at Southeast Lauderdale, Noxapater at Leake County, Poplarville is at Columbia. Columbia is 9-0, everybody. Richton at Newton. Sacred Heart is at Perry Central. St. Stanislaus is at West Marion. Salem is at Boca Chica. Scott Central at Lake. Sebastopol at Ethel. Seminary is at McGee. Taylorsville is at Lumberton. Tylertown is at PCS. And West Lauderdale is at Choctaw Central. Know that, y'all, a lot of games this week are being played on Thursday. Okay, just know that. And a lot of these games are played on Thursday, then the other will be on Friday. But it may be an equal amount of number of games being played on Thursday because the playoffs for a lot of teams begin next week on Friday. In fact, all the games I just read to you were on Thursday. These are the games on Friday that are going to be played in our area. Laurel is at Sumrall. Long Beach is at Pearl River Central. Oak Grove is at Northwest Rankin. Petal is at Meridian. You can hear that game on 97.3 or our SuperTalk, Philadelphia is at Kemper County. Picayune is at Gaucher. Purvis is at Wayne County. South Pike is at Macomb. Macomb is 7-1. Stone is at Northeast Jones. Let's see what else. Terry is at George County. West Jones is at Hattiesburg. It's a good one. West Jones is 7-2. Hattiesburg at 6-2. Playoff implications there. Brookhaven is at Centerville Academy. MRA is at Simpson Academy, and Silliman is at Park Lane Academy. Columbia Academy is at home against Christian Collegiate, and Wayne Academy is at Bowling Green. The playoffs start for the MAIS Class 1A Division I. Porter's Chapel is at Silver Bay, and Prentice Christian will be at Deer Creek. So that's the rundown of the local teams that will be playing on this coming Thursday and Friday night. This information we just got, but it was released earlier today, that the Southern Miss football game against Arkansas State, everybody, has been moved to 11 o'clock Central Time. And the game will be played on either ESPN2 or ESPNU. Yes, 11 o'clock a.m., the game that will be played in Jonesboro, where the Southern Miss Golden Eagles 4-0 in Sunbelt play, first time being undefeated in conference play. First time being undefeated in conference play in the Sunbelt for sure. And it's been some 25 years of being undefeated after the 4 games in conference play at the university for football. But 11 a.m. the game will be played on national television. So that announcement came down about 5 hours ago. So we heard a little bit from Coach Huff. Coach Huff Coach was talking about the football team and how grateful he was with all the support. It rained like crazy on homecoming, but our kids played, y'all. And so he had a little bit more to say during this news conference after the ball game. So let's listen some more to Coach Huff and see what he had to say about his team and the big win over Louisiana Monroe.
I think I'm blessed. That the good Lord chose me. There's a lot of other good coaches out there. There's a lot of other processes out there. I'm blessed to be the guy that happens to be in the front, but I'm also blessed to be surrounded by so many really good people. Our family members, my wife, my kids. I didn't know it was Halloween coming up. I didn't even know that. My wife told me we got trick-or-treating to do. I was like, what is that? These coaches' families, some of our players' families. I'm blessed to be a part of it. I'm blessed to be in front of it, but I also understand heavy is the head that wears the crown. So there's an expectation for me, yes, today was great, but we got to get ready for whatever tomorrow brings from a recruiting standpoint. A lot of official visitors here today, some really good talent that we've got to try to convince that this is a place. So the race continues, but I'm also ultimately blessed to be where I am.
Coach, their offense offered some different challenges you guys had to prepare for this week. Can you talk about how y'all defended them today?
Yeah, hats off to ULM, man. Coach Vincent. I mean, I know that they're banged up and all those things, but he does a great job of putting packages together to stress you. Forces guys who don't normally tackle to have to tackle, forces you to be gap sound. I thought in the first, we talked about it was going to be one of those type games again. In the first half, it was going to be back and forth, and we were going to have to do some things well. We didn't do it as consistently as we needed to, but they stress you. I mean, they do a really good job with different personnel packages. They do a really good job with different surfaces. They do a really good job getting you into a certain coverage to run certain plays. I thought our players did a really good job of not getting frustrated, because what happens when you're a tempo offense and you sit on the side for a while, you're kind of like, okay, hey, we got to go out here in 2 plays and score. I thought Coach Anderson did a good job of having a plan of how we wanted to attack each drive. I would say probably maybe 2 drives there at the end of the first half. We didn't score, maybe 1 right after the half, but pretty much we were efficient with the drives we had, either flipping field or getting points, and that was the goal, to help the defense. So now, if you're out there 14, 15 plays, it's not like, oh my God, we got to throw a shutout in order for us to be successful.
Coach Charles Huff talking about his football team, and y'all, the Eagles are now 6-2, as we said, 4-0 in conference play. The next game is not this Saturday, but the next Saturday. It's an off week this week, and so he talked about it, about what he hoped to do this week. Of course, all the recruiting going on, during the playoff time. It's the best time for a lot of the high school schools to really kind of have their best talents, and of course, it's about that time for the community colleges to have some of their best games. So they'll be out and about, I'm sure, recruiting this coming weekend, and then go back to work. And then, as we just said, the Arkansas State game, when you win, some attention starts coming your way, and the game has been moved, which was, I think, at one time was a 6 o'clock start, and now it's like 11 o'clock. So on not this Saturday, but next Saturday, and it will be on ESPN2 or ESPNU. So now the next week after that, y'all, are really important games. Texas State comes here in two weeks from Saturday, and or a week 2 weeks from Saturday, and the Eagles. We got 2 games left at home, and then we got 2 games on the road. Arkansas State will be the first one, and then we'll take on Texas State, and then we've got to go to South Alabama. And then in the regular season against Troy, which has the same amount of wins that we have in the conference in our division, 4-0. They got the same record as we do, it's 6-2. And we'll play that game at home on the last weekend, Thanksgiving weekend, when that game will be played. So it's going to be good, y'all, because high school football will be going on Friday, and then we'll have that on Saturday. Now, speaking of that, y'all, the second weekend in the month of December, and every other year we have it, but the Mississippi-Alabama football game will be held on December the 13th at the Rock. All of Mississippi's best kids and all of Alabama's best kids will be playing at the Rock. Kickoff at noon on that Saturday. So, and the head coach for the Mississippi team is Ryan Ernest, the head coach at Laurel. Of course, y'all know he's one of our favorites and won a couple of championships, state championships while he's at Collins. And really, the juggernaut played for the state championship at Laurel just 2 years ago. And great coach and even a better man. So he'll be the head coach there. So all the coaches out there that listen to this broadcast, a couple things. Y'all, we will have at halftime, as always, of the game, we'll have lunch for you. Come to the northern part of Roberts Stadium, right in the M Club. We'll have your lunch for you if you'd like to come. We just want to see you. Got a couple announcements that we'll make there, but always at halftime from Mississippi, Alabama. We always have those coaches come through, and then we'll have lunch for you until it runs out. And also, too, as we kind of go toward the month of December with athletic banquets and different kinds of things, just make sure you contact FCA, and if we can help you or be of some service to you when you get ready to celebrate what you celebrate for your banquets, if it be in the fall or in the spring, you can email me at mitchellwilliams@fca.org, mitchellwilliams@fca.org. And so that's December the 13th, y'all. And then we'll follow the week. FCA is very involved with the Mississippi Association of Coaches and the Mississippi High School Activities Association for our All-Star Games. The Bernard Blackwell All-Star Game, which is played in Gulfport, we'll be there too. We'll be there for the pregame dinner on that Friday. And then, of course, we'll do the devotions with the players on that Saturday morning. Now, that's the December 19th and the 20th. So, y'all, we don't take no rest when it get down time in December and November. In fact, it's the best time. So you want more information about FCA, go to southeastmsfca.org, southeastmsfca.org, or if you're a Facebooker, like us on Facebook. And there's some good news being shared over there all the time. In fact, we have a Fields of Faith going on at Jones right now. All right. When we come back, we'll cross the T and dot the I and get ready for the rest of the week. We'll be back in just a moment.
This is The Sports Page with Mitchell Williams on 97.3 and 99.3 SuperTalk, Mississippi.
All right, welcome back to SuperTalk, Mississippi. Know that Crusader Talk is at the top of the hour on 97.3. I want to give a shout-out to the Pearl River soccer team. We missed out on Coach Matson. They're ranked 14th in the country, and they will go to Southwest for a 5 p.m. matchup on tomorrow, and then they'll be getting ready for the playoffs. Again, don't forget about the Car, Truck, and Bike Show. That's on November 15th on a Saturday, early, 10 to 2. So it'll be happening at Temple Baptist Church. You can go to southeastmsfca.org. Also, y'all, if you want to listen to a lot of local programming, of course, you have Crusader Talk after this broadcast. But on Tuesday is Inside Pedal Football with Coach Marcus Boyles. Of course, they're ranked number 7 in the state. And then on Thursday, Inside the Locker Room with Coach Joey Hawkins. And sometime he'll have Coach Neville Barr. They'll be here on Thursday. Of course, on Friday, you'll have Pedal Football on Friday. And then then we have the Jones County Game of the Week. And this week, the Jones County Game of the Week is, and let me look, it's West Jones at Hattiesburg. Oh, my goodness, that's going to be something. West Jones is 7-2, Hattiesburg at 6-2. That will be the Jones County Game of the Week on 99.3 on SuperTalk, Laurel.com, Caleb and the folks. And then on 97.3 will be, Pedal will be playing and doing their thing with Coach Boyles, who we're so glad he's back. That's our guy. We love Coach Boyles. He's a really, really good football coach, but he's an awesome, awesome man. And just went over there and just doing what he does and loving on kids and changing things around. All right, so that'll give you that. Also, that programming note, know that the Southern Miss Golden Eagles, fresh off their homecoming win over Louisiana Monroe, will play Arkansas State a week from this Saturday. Coach Huff and all the guys and the wonderful coaches there and the kids. That game's been moved up to 11 a.m. For a national audience, ESPN2 or ESPNU. We don't know which network, but it'll be 11 a.m. from Jonesboro, Arkansas. Not this coming Saturday. It's the open week, and so it's the next Saturday. And it's a big one. Every game's a big one when you're on top of the ladder. So just want to give you that programming note. And, of course, the cat fight is this coming Thursday between Jones and Pearl River. I want to give you this this week because I think sometimes, y'all, we see this a lot. But this is Romans 14:22. It says, "Blessed is the man who does not condemn himself." Blessed is the man who does not condemn himself. You and your conscience, right? If you're not sure of your next step, listen carefully to your conscience. That little voice inside your head will seldom lead you astray. You know, Billy Graham correctly observed, most of us follow our conscience as we follow a wheelbarrow. We push it in front of us in the direction we want it to go. To do so, of course, is a profound mistake. Yet all of us on occasion have failed to listen to that voice that God planted in our hearts, and all of us have suffered the consequences of those choices, haven't we? God gave us, every one of us, a conscience for a very good reason to listen to it. And wise believers make it a practice to listen carefully to that quiet internal voice. Maybe you can count yourself as among that number when your conscience speaks. Listen and learn. In all likelihood, God is trying to get his message through. And in all likelihood, it's a message that you desperately need to hear. Few things in life torment us more than a guilty conscience. And few things in life provide more contentment than the knowledge that we're obeying God's command. A clear conscience is one of the rewards we earn when we obey the Lord's word and follow his will. And when we follow God's will and accept his gift of love, our earthly rewards are never ceasing, and our heavenly rewards are everlasting. A few quotes to remember. A quiet conscience sleeps in thunder. A quiet conscience sleeps in thunder. Guilt is a healthy regret for telling God one thing and doing another. That's from Max Lucado. Guilt is a healthy regret for telling God one thing and doing another. And Charles Stanley once said, God considers a pure conscience a very valuable thing, one that keeps our faith and on a steady course. Wow, our conscience. I was talking today about, how do you live with things when things evolve? How if, you have a circle of things around you that are moving, how do you deal with that? And I think a lot has to do with having a clear conscience, right? And keeping it clear and listening to that little voice, y'all know it, that tells you a little bit like, okay, coaches call it a gut. For a lot of us, it's that little small voice, and we know that the Lord's in it, telling us that if you do right will follow you. That's what my grandmama used to say, and I still believe it. Well, hopefully that's for somebody, from all of us to all of you. We hope that you have a great and awesome week, y'all. The temperature's going to change in a few days, so y'all get ready. Let's talk again, same time, same place next week. Take care. Crusader Talk is at the top of the hour on 97.3. God bless.